This is Sarah, our family support worker, and Wendy, our family support worker.
Hello, very nice to meet you.
Oh yes,
yeah,
we
met
before,
before,
didn't we? Sorry.
Just sit down.
Thank you. So we thought we'd just tell you a little bit about some of the work that we do and sort of our approach that we have here at Action with Children on the Baby Unit. So we use something called the Solihull approach, which is very much how that links into sort of trauma as well, because obviously many of our women probably come into prison with some sort of trauma in their lives, whether that's from their own childhood or through their experiences that they've come across in their life. So Solihull approach is based around three things: containment, reciprocity and behaviour changes. So if we can contain the women in terms of support, or sort of holistic approach really that we put in for the women.
But it's fantastic that this exists actually, because this one says, and the data shows us how important attachment and bonding is for social emotional development for very young babies, and the fact that you're able to do this right from the moment, or actually even pre-birth.
Yes, absolutely. And it's been the caregivers, but their wider family as well. I'm sure Lisa's talked to you about our community experiences, which are very much part of that process as well.
And it's great that you're looking at the mother's well-being alongside it, because actually, whilst it's important to sort of look at the baby's needs and focus on the baby, actually for that baby, the best thing for it is to have a mother who is also equally well supported, and particularly around well-being and their own emotional needs, especially if they've experienced trauma.
Yeah, absolutely. At how they're caring for their children, what their bonding's like, and identifying sort of where their needs need to be met and what kind of support that they need. Some of these mums are first time what's needed for them, so we're using those tools.
And do you think some of this work, do you think more could be done in the communities before it reaches crisis point for a lot of these women? Do you think a lot, because a lot of these are skills and needs that women do need, and I always feel it's so frustrating actually that it gets to the point where they have to go into it, and you can see, because it's sort of a defined number of women, you can see them from pregnancy through to even just the 2 years. Here you can see and almost monitor and manage the outcomes here, and it works.
Absolutely.
It's all that knowledge onto their children, and the course has been so well received by women on this unit. Because from her childhood she seems to be
So normalised.
So it's a fantastic course.
And that's the thing, is there's so many women come in here vulnerable, having experienced their own vulnerable childhoods as well, so actually they won't necessarily understand their own acute needs, and actually be able to meet those as well as supporting their babies in a safe environment.
Break the cycle, unity. So it would normally be myself and Lisa that go out and make sure they've got everything they need, and make sure
early years part of it as well, the impact, because we know these children are leaving us, in such a stronger place. Because they've got such that intense support, with the nursery, and
Lisa will have kind of shown you.
So hence the need of these spaces and communities.
The lovely ladies that actually wrote it did rework it as well for ladies in prison, so there is two. It's the same course, but
Fantastic. Good. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you. Well done.
Lisa will introduce you to two of our past residents as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come on, like baby, when everyone today. So we have
the visitors come here.
Yes. So the midwife's based here, so she supports all the women through, all the antenatal, all the appointments there, supports them to the hospitals and all that sort of work. And obviously our team work very closely with her to make sure the pregnancy food fits like antenatal classes during the so that the women get the same service that they get. Hello, afternoon. Yes, absolutely. But we get the health issues as well, extinction language, so a whole range of organisations, so it's very important to support that we offer. We're happy to get some support so that we can ultimately get that. So, perfect.
Welcome back to Royal Report, where we dissect royal news without the fluff. Today, we're castling our gaze on Kate Middleton's recent visit to a mother and baby unit inside a prison. It's an intriguing move, isn't it? Meeting with incarcerated mothers and their infants, all under the banner of her passion for early childhood development. On the surface, it's a commendable venture, but it's the timing that really piques our curiosity. Just a beat ago, we saw Meghan Markle, captivating hearts at the Invictus Games. Her interactions with the children were spontaneous, genuine and unscripted. It wasn't a headline-seeking act, rather a moment of connection with the young supporters of the Games. The press and social media were all over it, showering praise on the Duchess of Sussex for her warmth and authenticity. And then, out of the blue, we have Kate engaging in a highly publicised prison visit. Coincidence? Or is it, as some might suggest, a case of what Meghan does, Kate does next? The timing is indeed intriguing. This isn't the first instance where Kate's engagements have followed a successful stint by Meghan. We've seen it before. Meghan makes an impactful move, and within days, Kate is on the scene with a similar engagement. Each time it's packaged with a heavy dose of PR spin. Whether it's the choice of a charity, a fashion statement, or a personal moment, the pattern is becoming hard to ignore. So we're left with the question, was Kate's prison visit genuinely about her concern for mother and baby units? Or was it a strategically timed move to shift the spotlight from Meghan's successful Invictus Games event? Remember, this isn't the first time we've seen Kate spring into action after Meghan's impactful moments. It's a narrative that keeps repeating itself. And it's about time we started asking why. Until then, stay tuned for more insights on your favourite royals here on Royal Report. Let's delve deeper into this pattern of whatever Meghan does, Kate does next. This isn't an isolated incident. There's a recurring theme that we've seen play out time and time again. For instance, recall when Meghan made a splash with her Givenchy wedding dress, and then Kate started wearing more Givenchy too, or when Meghan launched the Together cookbook in support of the Grenfell Tower community, and suddenly Kate was hosting a similar culinary charity event. It's uncanny, isn't it? And it's not just professional engagements. Personal moments too seem to be mirrored. Meghan's pregnancy announcement was followed by Kate's own baby news. Meghan's candid and emotional ITV interview was soon replicated by Kate in a BBC special. It appears as though every move Meghan makes sets the stage for Kate's next act. But what's most striking is the way the British press handles these situations. Meghan, an American biracial woman, has been subjected to relentless scrutiny and criticism for every action, every word, every outfit. Kate, on the other hand, is lauded for her choices, even when they echo Meghan's. It's as if the press has decided who the heroine and the villain in this royal narrative should be. This blatant double standard is troubling. It's as though the narrative is being manipulated to cast Meghan in a negative light while bolstering Kate's image. It's a media strategy that's all too familiar. And it's not just unfair to Meghan, it's unfair to Kate too. Kate is a woman in her own right, with her own strengths, passions and capabilities. She doesn't need to mirror Meghan's actions to be relevant. She deserves to be recognised for her own unique contributions, not just for how she compares to Meghan. One can't help but wonder, would Meghan be let off the hook this easily if the roles were reversed? So, was Kate's visit to the prison about helping mothers and babies, or was it a calculated PR move? Let's delve into this. It's possible that Kate's visit to the prison was a strategic move, designed to shift attention from the positive press Meghan received during the Invictus Games. The timing of the visit, right on the heels of Meghan's successful event, certainly raises some eyebrows. The question we must ask ourselves is this: did the visit have an impact beyond the initial PR buzz? Did it spark conversations about the challenges faced by incarcerated mothers and their babies? Or was it simply a fleeting moment, forgotten as soon as the next royal news hit the headlines? Kate's visit to the prison, while commendable, seems to have been lost in the sea of royal engagements. Yes, it did highlight the plight of incarcerated mothers. But did it do enough? Was there a follow-up? A plan to provide sustained support to these mothers and their babies? Without a doubt, the visit did generate some conversations around the issue. However, the discussions were short-lived and soon overshadowed by other royal news. The impact, it seems, was fleeting. Now, let's compare this with Meghan's engagement at the Invictus Games. Meghan, being herself interacting with young supporters, left a lasting impression. She wasn't trying to make headlines, yet she did, because her engagement was genuine and heartfelt. So while Kate's visit to the prison did bring some attention to the issue of incarcerated mothers, it seems to have been more about shifting the spotlight than creating a lasting impact. In the world of the royals, actions indeed speak louder than words. A royal visit can shine a light on critical issues, but without sustained engagement and follow-up, its impact can be short-lived. Actions indeed speak louder than PR spin. Only time will tell if Kate's visit has a lasting impact. The double standard in the treatment of Meghan and Kate by the British press is evident. As we delve deeper into the royal narrative, it's hard to overlook the glaring disparity in how Meghan and Kate are treated by the media. Both women are in the public eye. Both are wives of princes, mothers, and involved in philanthropic work. Yet the reception they receive is as disparate as night and day. Kate's actions, whether it's a visit to a prison or a fashion choice, are often lauded as compassionate, dedicated, and fitting for a future queen. Her public engagements are framed as heartfelt and meaningful, even when they suspiciously mirror Meghan's previous engagements. On the other hand, Meghan's actions are scrutinised and often criticised. Her natural interactions with children at the Invictus Games, her fashion choices, her personal moments are all dissected and picked apart, with a harsh light often cast on her intentions. One can't help but wonder, if Meghan were to mimic Kate's engagements as closely as Kate seems to mimic hers, what would the headlines be? The disparity doesn't stop at their actions. Even their personal lives are subjected to unequal scrutiny. Meghan's family drama is a favourite tabloid fodder, while Kate's family is often left untouched. The double standard is not just unfair, it's blatantly obvious. The media's role in shaping public perception is powerful. By presenting Kate's actions in a positive light while criticising Meghan's, they perpetuate a narrative that is not just biased, but also inherently unfair. One must ask, why is there such a disparity in their treatment? Is it because Kate is set to be the future queen and Meghan isn't? Or is it something more insidious, a reflection of the inherent biases and prejudices that still persist in society? The double standard is glaring, isn't it? It's time we question the narrative being presented to us and demand fair and equal treatment for all, royal or not. Because at the end of the day, they are both women trying to navigate their roles in the public eye, each deserving of respect and fairness. Now it's your turn to weigh in. We've taken a deep dive into the recent events surrounding the royal family, laying bare the patterns, the impact, and the double standards that seem to persist. The timing of Kate's visit to a mother and baby unit inside a prison, following closely on the heels of Meghan's heartwarming interaction with children at the Invictus Games, raises a few eyebrows. Was it a coincidence, or was it a calculated move to shift the spotlight? We've observed this pattern of imitation, this royal copy-paste, if you will, time and again. Whenever Meghan initiates something impactful, Kate seems to follow suit within a matter of days, with a heavy dose of PR spin and media fanfare. Be it fashion choices, charity work, or even personal interactions, the pattern seems undeniable. Then there's the impact of these engagements. While Meghan's interactions feel natural, warm and unforced, Kate's engagements often come across as planned, publicised events. This begs the question, are these engagements truly about helping the causes they represent, or are they merely strategic moves to hog the limelight and shift the conversation? And finally, the double standard. The British press, which would certainly not spare Meghan if she were to mirror one of Kate's events, seems to shower praises on Kate for her compassionate and dedicated efforts. The disparity is hard to miss. So, what's your take on all of this? Was Kate's prison visit a genuine act of concern, or another case of royal copy-paste? Was it about making a difference, or was it a mere PR stunt? We invite you to share your thoughts, your observations, your opinions. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Was Kate's visit genuine, or just another case of royal copy-paste? We're eager to hear what you think.